Hello guys, it's Chummaster. I'm doing another Bottleman unboxing. This time we have König Kerpeps DX. Okay, so this name is very, very odd in my opinion. So I don't know why they didn't just call this Bottleman Cerberus DX. Obviously it's based on König Cerberus. And every other Bottleman so far for remakes, you know, just based on how they're named, it should have been Bottleman Cerberus DX. So I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, König Kerpeps DX, sure. Anyway, go ahead and open this up, and alright, there we go. First up here, it looks like we got the caps, trigger, and hold parts. Go ahead and zoom that in a little bit. So there's that. There's the armor. And of course the core, the long core, so there's that. And then I think after that, yeah, it's just the instructions and of course the stickers. So there's that stuff. So yeah, again, I don't really know what happened with the name here. I don't know why they couldn't have just called it Bottleman Cerberus DX. But again, here we are. König Kerpeps DX. We're going with it. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get this all built and stickered up, and then I will come back for the review portion of the video. Alright, so I have everything all built and stickered up now. So here is König Kerpeps DX. So, looking at this thing, I mean, definitely looks nice, I would say. I actually like the stickers they added onto here. The regular Kerpeps does not have that. I believe there was like an extra sticker sheet you could get from like a promotion that had more for the stuff, but it was on the original one. They added more here, which I really like a lot. But yeah, this is definitely based on König Cerberus, but I do have some things to say about that, which I will get to in a little bit, kind of my thoughts on that, but just want to mention that now. We'll come back to it, but anyway. It's a little bit dark. It's like harder to see underneath there, but like, yeah, there are eyes if you can't see them. But yeah, very long trigger, of course, and yeah, here it is. It just has like the handles. Anyway, yeah, it's Kerpeps DX. Like, I've already gone over this before, so I'm not going to go as in depth because again, I have covered this in my DX customized set video. But you can see what I'm talking about with these heads on these sides here being stickered. This one, obviously, they are not. But yeah, so they look pretty nice. I like both of them, but I don't know which one I like better, to be honest. They're both really cool looking. Maybe this one a little bit more, but this one also reminds me of Pepsi Man, so like, I don't know. Hard to say. But yeah, there you go. Let's go back to this guy. Obviously, being based on Kerpeps DX, its main gimmick is the double shot gimmick. Of course, they're like stuck in there. Okay. Come on, there we go. Anyway, probably should have unloaded that first. But yes, you can, of course, fit 2 caps inside. There you go. 2 cap capacity, has a double shot. I don't know why I had to show that, but, well, I did. For whatever reason. But yeah, it does have a 2 cap capacity, which is very nice. Also have the long trigger, which is needed to accommodate that. And then also these kind of handles here to help you. So basically, like, you don't have to use them. You could, like, hold up here if you want, but, like, it's kind of awkward unless you have, like, really big hands or something. Even for me, that's, like, a little bit of a stretch. So you have these nice handles here, which just help you to hold it more comfortably to accommodate that long trigger and the double cap capacity, which is nice to have. Yeah, I know I've talked about all this in my like Kerpeps DX video, but I don't know, it just feels like it'd be a little bit stupid to leave out like the main gimmick of a Bottleman. I don't know how you do that, but anyway. Still, I just want to make sure to talk about that a little bit, because it is actually true to the original König Cerberus, which is what I'm going to get into now, and yeah, it does have the double shot gimmick like that, which is nice, but it doesn't have the kind of rotating piece in front here. So the original König Cerberus from Super B-Daman had a thing where you could kind of rotate the front with the hold parts, and what that would do is it had a drive strip on it as well. This one does not have a drive strip. But the rubber piece would basically, you could move it in different spots and it would give different spins. And that was the whole idea of it. This does not have that. So is it a good remake? It's a little bit more questionable, I would say, compared to some of the other ones. But even then, it's like, you're not going to get everything. They don't want to make them exact, since they're basing these off of, like, other, B-Daman or Bottleman. I mean, they're not going to get exactly right. And it probably makes sense to not force gimmicks, but it would have been kind of cool to see. But at the same time, again, I understand why they didn't do that, right? So, you definitely lose some stuff with this remake, I would say. But it is still pretty cool overall. I do like, at least, that they made it. And yeah, it's still very, very nice all around. Still cool. But unfortunately, again, you do lose out a little bit, so I guess depending on how big of a fan you were of like Super B-Daman, how excited you were for this thing, I can understand some disappointment. Personally, I think it would have been cool if maybe they had a like some kind of like weird barrel, not barrel, but like core, like a plus sign or something. You got kind of a vertical and horizontal thing going on. Not that you could shoot vertically, only be able to shoot horizontally, but the idea would be like, if you could maybe rotate the front or something and have like the rubber piece move around from like, this side, move it up. You have two sets of hold parts, and there'd be like a rubber part to go like, potentially like on the other side or something. Or even have it shoot vertically, maybe, if they could figure out like a system for that and have like horizontal shots with rubber parts on either side, depending on how it's oriented, or like vertical shots with it either on the top or bottom. You could potentially do something with that, but again, would that be too awkward to make? Probably, but it's just an idea to kind of get that, like, the concept of something that could shoot both horizontally and vertically, but not at the same time, but you could choose, and you could also twist the front to change the kind of spin direction, I guess, which, this might be getting a little bit overcomplicated, I know, but it was just kind of my random thought on how you could make a König Cerberus, in Super B, or in Bottleman. Would that be a good idea? Probably not. It might get a little bit too overcomplicated, but it was just an idea. Anyway, I think that's basically everything about this guy. It is pretty cool, but again, unfortunately, it does lose out on a gimmick, but it is understandable. So, is this worth it? I would say it is definitely worth picking up either this or Kerpeps DX. However, this has a pretty big advantage because it's in its own booster. With the original Kerpeps DX, you had to buy the DX Customize set. While that was a really good set at the time of release, and was, like, seriously, like, it was amazing at the time, we have gotten, like, the long magazine outside of that now, in the Royal Griffin set, and also the long barrel, if you want to use the long barrel. And outside of that, like, Ayawashi DX, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't matter that much. So, like, the main part of that set that was left was really Kerpeps DX. And it's not, like, crazy, but it's still, like, I would say good to have. But now that it's outside the set, I'd say if you didn't buy the set, you could probably skip out on it, buy Royal Griffin DX for the magazine and barrel, and then also get a cool Bottleman out of it. But for Kerpeps DX, you could just buy König Kerpeps DX and get this really cool version of it, which, again, I do like this version a lot still, but this is also a really nice version of it as well, and I do like it, but yeah. It's just a way to get it on its own, so if you have not bought that set yet, I would say this is probably the better way to go, potentially. But if you have already gotten that set, is this worth picking up on its own? That's really just a collector thing, I think. If you've already gotten it, I would say you probably don't need a second one. But if you are a collector, especially if you like to get to the remake stuff from B-Daman, then obviously, yes, this is a good thing to get. So yeah, I think that's basically everything I have to say about König Kerpeps DX. Really cool Bottleman, I like the recolor. Again, does kind of suck that they couldn't get the full original gimmicks in this thing, but again, understandable. So I said that like 4 times now. I could shut up. Anyway, that's all for this video. So yeah, cool Bottleman though. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.